Big up yourself.
Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on this video. It's the latest on trend with your girl Biani. Firstly, I wanted to thank each and every one of you who has reached out, sent messages and been there for me and my family since Jamal passed away in February. We have been so incredibly touched by the outpouring of love and support, and you are all helping us try and get through the unimaginable. Since I last spoke, I have sadly learned that the cause of Jamal's devastating passing was due to cardiac arrhythmia caused by having taken recreational drugs, and wanted to address this myself to everyone who loved, admired and respected my son. Since finding out the news, I've been in a state of shock and I'm still trying to process it. But it's so important to me that I do address it, as no mother or any loved one should have to go through what Jamal's sister Tanisha and I have been through since he passed. Jamal had the world at his fingertips, a zest for life, and he was unwittingly taken away far too soon. Yet we have to come to terms with what has happened, and Jamal is proof that this can happen to anyone. These types of substances are extremely unpredictable, and we can only hope that this will encourage others to think wisely when faced with similar situations in the future. His passing has shown that any one bad decision on anyone's occasion can lead to devastating consequences. It's so important that we help drive more conversation about the unpredictability of recreational drugs and the impact that they can have, how it takes just one bad reaction to destroy lives. I would like to do anything to have my son back, but that's just not possible. So if I can help save one life, then we will have achieved something. Jamal and I had one of the strongest mothers/son relationships you could imagine. We were best friends, and out of his many wonderful qualities, the one that made me most proud was his mission to help others. He was the most selfless person I knew. He opened doors to let others walk through, and from Jamal's own experiences in life, he just wanted to help other people thrive, to live, to connect, to love, to laugh, and most importantly, to just be happy. Jamal inspired so many, working tirelessly to unite and to give a platform to countless people and communities across the UK. And something I know for certain is that the impact he had on those lives will live on. I'm so incredibly proud of everything he achieved over the course of his 31 years. I'm so proud to call him my son. That's why with the recently launched Jamal Edwards Self-Belief Trust, we will continue to not only honour his name, but to help those in need, placing a special emphasis on the mental well-being of its service users. The trust is in place to help provide a sense of community for young people, offering a safe space for their own help to develop their skills and explore who they are. Through that, we will continue to preserve Jamal's incredible legacy by continuing the positive change he had on the lives of so many. In Jamal's own words, the goal isn't to live forever, the goal is to create something that will. My beautiful son, you did that, and then some. Brenda. Beautiful words from Brenda Edwards, Jamal Edwards' mother. I think it was very brave of her to share that, to reveal the cause of his death, especially with the fact that it was drug related. This is according to the statement, recreational drugs. When we look at recreational drugs, it can include alcohol, heroin, cocaine, ecstasy, and weed. Now, I've seen comments of people have, tried to talk about weed or whatever. We don't know exactly which drug it was. I think the fact that she has shared this, I can imagine that there will be some kind of anxious and nervousness, and just for the fact that you're learning that this is why your son has passed. There's a lot of questions that people will have, and I think that it's okay to ask questions. I think just because he was well respected, he is well respected. He's very much well loved. He's left an amazing legacy. That does not change what he's done or how people view him, and I don't think that it should. I think that it should definitely raise awareness, and I think that there needs to be a level of openness, which she has started, which she has done, and I think that's incredibly brave for her to do that. And it was beautifully wrapped and packaged the statements, you could see this is just the heart of a mother really speaking towards her son, and she should definitely be proud of him. There's a lot of people who do things because of peer pressure. There's a lot of people who do things to socially fit. We don't know what Jamal went through. I think there's a lot of things, there's a lot of potholes, I would say. And to keep it 100, if you want to raise awareness, you need to give people information, and you can't give people information if people don't know exactly what it was. I think that we have definitely seen, based on the response of her statement, that people are not interested in how he died to stain his legacy or to, to taint his legacy in any way, shape or form, because I don't think that that's possible for anything that he has done or his state or what he has taken. He didn't kill anybody. He didn't murder anybody. There was no hate towards anybody. I think a lot of people could see the kindness in his heart, and you can see that based on the fruit of his labor and what he sowed in and what's come back from that. A lot of people can testify. I was reading comments, just people testifying of them contacted him, and he literally contacted straight away. He was always there ready to give a hand. And he was always there ready to pull people up. He wasn't the type of person, based on everybody's testimony towards him, he wasn't the type of person to, as soon as he was out of the gutter, he would leave people in the gutter. He was like, you know what, if I'm going to the top, you're coming to the top with me. And no matter what he did or what he took, that does not change what he's done. That doesn't change how people look at him or feel towards him. People use things like balloons, for example. There are stories of people talking about these things now. Don't do drugs, don't do this, don't do that. People will always do it regardless, and I don't know what it would take for people to be like, you know what, I don't want to risk my life, because like what Brenda said, it could happen to anybody. Death is no respecter of man. Death is no respecter of status. Death is no respecter of popular opinion, who you are, how much you have. No, like if death is coming to knock at your door and it finds you in a conducive place for it to thrive and overcome, then it will come. And I think that's the greater message, is where are you in life and what are you doing with your life? For some people, many people have been given a lot of chances. You've been doing different type of drugs and you're okay. You have a moment where something really bad happens to you and you make it through. You have a bad experience and you make it through and you think, raw, like, I escaped that. You're going to go and do it again. But God keeps giving you these chances to stop. People are going through so many things in their lives and we don't know. People going through things in silence. Perhaps maybe Jamal was going through things that Brenda didn't know about. Maybe he was dealing with things that nobody really knew about. We don't know at this point, but I think all in all, the fact that she released this message, I think it was very brave of her. I commend her and I just send all of my prayers and love. That was not an easy thing to do, for sure. That was definitely not an easy thing to do, especially telling thousands and possibly millions of people that this is why my son died. He did drugs. You could have carried shame. You could have tried to hide it. You could have tried to close the door and just hope that people would just not ask any more questions. But you chose to, you know what, stand out and boldly, courageously say, hey, I've just found out this is how my son passed. That bravery, honestly, it's incredible. So yeah, it's sad. It's sad, but it happens. A lot of people go through things and you think that you could have a really great relationship with somebody, but you'd be surprised how some people could be in a room full of people and still feel alone. You'd be surprised you could be in a relationship and you still feel single. You could be surprised that, you think that you've got the greatest connection with somebody, but they are so disconnected and so far away and you don't even know it. I just hope that people would take this on. I don't think that there was enough information in this statement to know exactly how we can maneuver the conversation of recreational drugs and create that awareness, because we don't know exactly what drugs it was. and people would just kind of debate, and people would debate and defend. People would defend their drugs that they use and they call it that it's not drugs, and people would debate different type of drugs. And I think at this moment in time, maybe when she will be ready, maybe when the time will be right, more information will come of this, and we can genuinely have an open, transparent conversation to really bring that healing and really bring that awareness to young people to not do this. Don't take drugs, don't take drugs. If anything you can learn from Jamal is to still carry on for that legacy that he left, to still believe in yourself, to have that self-belief, to pursue whatever you want to, whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve it. Don't slow down, don't hold back, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You were born with a purpose, and you can do all things. You can do whatever you want, and if you put your mind to it, it can happen for you. You don't have to be where you are. You don't have to cut corners. You can achieve it. If you believe it, you can achieve it, and just keep going for it. Be a go-getter, be confident in your approach, and believe in yourself. And that's what we need to take from Jamal. But guys, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll speak to you guys in my next video.